Yes, you read that correctly. I bought a Wii that was in a house fire. So let's check it out. Here it is on eBay. The console still works despite what looks like surviving a house fire. I've tested and it still works. Other than the issues being that we can't plug the sensor bar in due to the warped shell. Now, let's open it up and see what it actually looks like. Yes, they said it works, but being in a house fire, you know, that creates a lot of soot. Soot can damage electronics if it gets into it. So we're going to open it up, get this warped shell replaced, and see what it actually looks like inside and see if it does actually work or not. First things first, let's actually open it, get it out of all of its packaging. It's quite nice that they packaged it with some bubble wrap and some cardboard, given it was a burns victim. Well, I don't think it actually came in contact with the fire, but there we go. It's quite distorted and warped. I don't know what temperature that plastic needs to get to for it to warp like that, but I imagine it's a fair bit. Do a bit of a walk around. This side's absolutely the worst of it. It's a fair deformation. You can see the back there where they had trouble with the sensor bar. That side's pretty scratched up too. Front actually looks okay. Strange. Very, very strange. Either way, clearly we can't use that shell anymore. And we want to know what the inside looks like. So we're going to open it up. Here's my replacement shell. AliExpress job. Must say, not impressed so far. This is what the one I bought should have looked like. It was supposed to be a nice, shiny, metallic red there. And what they've sent me is definitely not that. It's more of a matte, or a gloss or something, but it's a bit of a flat red. Not the nice, shiny, cool, metallic one there that I wanted. Which, you know, that thing, the shell cost me more than the console itself, so not a good start for the old AliExpress shell here. I have actually sent a request off for them because I'm not, I mean, it looks better than the warped one, sure, but it's not what I ordered. So let's see if they were right, if this does turn on. Yep, so far so good. Definitely does turn on. I didn't have any batteries in the Wii remote. Either way, let's crack this bad boy open. I've never opened a Wii before. I don't know what to expect, how to pull it apart. We're just going to go for it. We're going to pull screws off. And I didn't realize it had a battery like that. That's interesting. We're going to speed run this a little bit because I'm sure there's a fair few screws, some that I'll get wrong straight away. We're going to have to peel up rubber feet like that, no doubt. There's going to be a few of those, front, back, side, top, who knows. So we're going to peel all these little sticky things off too. There's always hidden screws under there, like that one. We've got a bit of a mixture here as well. Tri-wing as well as standard Phillips head, don't know what size. I'll just use whatever I've got here. So let's go through that. We've got a tri-wing one there. I feel like it might be a bit difficult getting some of these out due to the warping of the shell. So we'll do the best we can. It doesn't look like anyone's actually tried to open this before either, so none of the screws are stripped. So I'll get this top plate off too for around the GameCube ports. They did send a new one of those with the new shell, so we don't have to use that warped one, which it wasn't too bad anyway. Here we go, more rubber feet and little sticky hidey holes. The new shell did not come with any little hidey holes that go over those screws. It did come with rubber feet, but yeah, not just the standard little sticky patches. So that's, you know, another cross against the AliExpress shell. Not looking good for this one today. It's starting to split apart now. Look at that. And the metal plate is stuck to the warped bit. We'll get that off later, I think. We don't need it just yet. It's going to be one of the last things to go back on, but Just see all that warping, all the hecticness of that fire. So it's pretty clean inside. I'm not worried about it being damaged internally now after getting this cover off. I thought maybe it could have been disgusting inside and they just cleaned the exterior. But I think we're looking pretty good. So we do have 2 cables going in the bottom of that disk drive. 4 screws holding it in. Look at those screws out first. I've dropped it. It's alright, we'll get it out after. No biggie. We can carefully peel that up so we can have access to those cables. And ribbon cables, as always, bane of my existence. But this one's not too difficult to get to, I don't think. And it's got a fairly hefty clip on it compared to some of the other ones you'll encounter in other electronics. And flick it up. And we're released. Disk drive off. We know it works, so we're not going to do anything to it. We're just going to put it to the side for now. And we're going to figure out this mess of covers and plates down here. Take off everything. It looks like everything's built into that side shell piece, so we're going to have to undo everything, pull everything off, and then start the rebuild on the new shell. Again, never actually opened one of these before, so we're just going to undo screws until things come apart. So we're at the final stages of getting this board detached from this shell piece now, and still inside this thing looks pretty mint. Definitely no soot, ash, anything like that in there that's concerning me. No bugs, that's good. I like a bug-free console. So yeah, we're just going to rebuild it into the new shell, I think, straight up. Don't think we need to do anything with that. Start metal plate off the old one onto the new one, and pretty much reverse order what we did just before. Start with the board, and then piece by piece, like a puzzle, plop, 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 get them all on. So we do need to tackle this front piece as well. So we need to get the LED lighty blue bit out of the original one, transfer that across to the new one. It does come with the little red bar and the clear bit, so that we can not have a white bit on the inside of the disk drive. You know, red on red. It'll look a bit better than the white in there. I think the white in there looks a little bit out of place maybe. So what we're going to do is get that the LED bit, the clear bit attached to that red bit, also the black, the dust cover. That is taped down, so I'm going to have to double-sided tape that dust cover onto the red piece, put the LED on, put the clear bit on, and then click it into that front housing frame there. Then we can slide the buttons in and then put the black casing piece on the top of that. Mission success. As we can see, it's all back together in one piece. Ready to rock and roll on the rest of the reassembly then. we're going to tackle this metal shielding piece that's stuck in the original frame. I have to do some bending to get that out. It didn't come out with too much of a fight, which was good. Get that clamped back down. Back piece back on. Front piece is almost in place, but we need to get that GameCube cover on as well. It's got little tabs underneath it, so you kind of need to push it down, slide it forward, and then it'll all kind of clip into place. And then it's got the 3 screws in it. We're back together. Just doing these little rubber feet, and for some reason they do give you white rubber feet on a red console. Yeah, again, I'm still not happy with the colour of it anyway, so at this point I don't really care. We're going to put the feet on, even if it does look silly. And there we have it. Our reshelled Wii. Definitely looks nicer than the warped, deformed one. It's still not the colour I wanted. We're going to plug it in and make sure it still works after its transplant. Turns on still, that's good. There we go. Better get the Wii remote this time. Alright, sensor bar's plugged in. Sensor bar's working. So that was their only concern before, but with that new shell we can plug that sensor bar in easy and it's not a drama. I'm not actually going to play Just Dance. I really do suck at dancing. We're just going to make sure it reads the disc. Yeah, it works. Alright. Happy with that. Better try the old GameCube disc too, because they can sometimes not read even though the Wii one reads. And as long as this works, I can go back to playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And look at that. Alright. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I have been busy playing Zelda. I'll probably play some more, but I'll get onto some more repairs soon, and we shall see you in the next one.